ਨੇਤਰੀ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਪੇਖਣਾ, ਸਭਨੀ ਸੁਨਾ ਗੁਰ ਨਾਮ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਸੇਤੀ ਰਤਿਆਂ, ਦਰਗਹਿ ਪਾਈਐ ਠਾਮ। ਕਹੋ ਨਾਨਕ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰੇ, ਜਿਸਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਵਥ ਦੇ। ਜਗ ਮੈਂ ਉਤਮ ਕਾਢੀਐ, ਵਿਰਲੇ ਕਈ ਕੇ। ਸ਼ਲੋਕ ਮਹਿਲਾ ਪਹਿਲਾ। ਸੱਚ ਕਾਲ ਕੂੜ ਵਰਤਿਆ, ਕਲ ਕਾਲਖ ਬੇਤਾਲ। ਬੀਓ ਬੀਜ ਪਤ ਲੈ ਗਏ, ਅਬ ਕਿਉਂ ਉਗਵੈ ਦਾਲ। ਜੇ ਇੱਕ ਹੋਏ ਤਾਂ ਉਗਵੈ, ਰੁੱਤੀ ਹੂੰ ਰੁੱਤ ਹੋਏ। ਨਾਨਕ ਪਾਹੇ ਬਾਹਰਾ, ਕੋਰੈ ਰੰਗ ਨ ਸੋਏ। ਪੈ ਵਿੱਚ ਖੁੰਭ ਚੜਾਈਐ, ਸ਼ਰਮ ਪਾਹੇ ਤਨ ਹੋਏ। ਨਾਨਕ ਭਗਤੀ ਜੇ ਰਪੈ, ਕੂੜੈ ਸੋਏ ਨ ਕੋਏ। ਪੈ ਵਿੱਚ ਖੁੰਭ ਚੜਾਈਐ, ਸ਼ਰਮ ਪਾਹ ਤਨ ਹੋਏ। ਨਾਨਕ ਭਗਤੀ ਜੇ ਰਪੈ, ਕੂੜੈ ਸੋਏ ਨ ਕੋਏ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਸਾਜੀ ਨਵਾਜੀ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀਓ, ਪਿਆਰ ਨਾਲ ਸਤਿਗੁਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਬਖਸ਼ੀ ਹੋਈ ਫਤਿਹ ਦੀ ਸਾਂਝ ਪਾਣੀ ਜੀ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਪਵਿੱਤਰ ਹੁਕਮਨਾਮਾ ਸੱਚਖੰਡ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਹਰਿਮੰਦਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਤੋਂ ਸਤਿਗੁਰਾਂ ਨੇ ਅਪਾਰ ਰਹਿਮਤ ਦੇ ਘਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਕੇ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ, ਜੋ ਆਸਾ ਦੇ ਵਾਰ ਦੀ ਬਾਣੀ ਦਾ ਭਾਗ ਹੈ। ਸੋ ਗੁਰੂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਪਵਿੱਤਰ ਹੁਕਮਨਾਮੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹ ਲੋਕ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਧਰਮੀ ਕਹਾਉਂਦੇ ਸਨ ਤੇ ਹਾਲੇ ਵੀ ਉਹ ਧਰਮੀ ਕਹਾਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ, ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਵੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਜੀਵਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੂੜ ਵਰਤਦਾ। ਬਾਹਰੋਂ ਤੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਧਰਮੀ ਲੱਗਦੇ ਨੇ, ਪੁੰਨ ਦਾਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਪਰ ਅੰਦਰ ਕੂੜ ਵਰਤ ਰਿਹਾ। ਸੱਚ ਕਾਲ ਕੂੜ ਵਰਤਿਆ, ਕਲ ਕਾਲਖ ਬੇਤਾਲ। ਤੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਸਾਰਾ ਕਾਲਖ ਨਾਲ ਭਰੇ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ। ਸਿਰਫ ਧਰਮੀ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਮ ਸਧਾਰਨ ਲੋਕ ਨੇ, ਗੁਰੂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਫਰਮਾਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ, ਉਹ ਆਪਣੀ ਅਗਿਆਨਤਾ ਦੀ ਕਾਲਖ ਰਾਹੀਂ, ਮਾਇਆ ਦੇ ਮੋਹ ਦੇ ਰਾਹੀਂ ਬੇਤਾਲੇ ਹੋਏ ਪਏ ਨੇ, ਭੂਤਨੇ ਬਣ ਗਏ। ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੇ ਵੱਲ ਜੇ ਤੱਕਿਆ ਜਾਏ, ਵੱਡੇ ਵੱਡੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਗੂ ਨੇ, ਧਾਰਮਿਕ ਆਗੂ ਤੇ ਮੁਲਕਾਂ ਦੇ ਆਗੂ, ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਏਦਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਸੁਭਾਅ ਨੇ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਭੂਤਨੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ। ਗੁਰੂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਨੇ ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਬੜੀ ਸਾਫ਼ ਤੇ ਸਪਸ਼ਟ ਸ਼ਬਦਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਹੀ ਆ, ਦੁਨੀਆ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸੀ ਆ। ਸੱਚ ਕਾਲ, ਸੱਚ ਦਾ ਕਾਲ ਪੈ ਗਿਆ। ਕੂੜ ਵਰਤਿਆ, ਸਾਰੇ ਪਾਸੇ ਕੂੜ ਵਰਤ ਰਿਹਾ। ਕਲ ਕਾਲਖ ਬੇਤਾਲ, ਤੇ ਹਿਰਦਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੰਨੀ ਕਾਲਖ ਹੈ ਕਲਯੁਗ ਦੇ ਸਮੇਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਬੇਤਾਲ ਹੋ ਗਏ। ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਮਨ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਫ਼ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ ਕਲਯੁਗ ਦੇ ਸਮੇਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ? ਗੁਰੂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਫਰਮਾਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ, ਭੈ ਵਿੱਚ ਖੁੰਭ ਚੜਾਈ ਹੈ, ਸ਼ਰਮ ਪਾਹ ਤਨ ਹੋਏ। ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਦਾ ਡਰ ਹਿਰਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋਵੇ, ਭਈ ਅਸੀਂ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਦੇ ਹੁਕਮ ਦੇ ਉਲਟ ਨਾ ਚੱਲੀਏ। ਤੇ ਸ਼ਰਮ ਭਾਵ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸੰਜਮ ਵਾਲਾ ਜੀਵਨ, ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਮੋਡੈਸਟੀ। ਭਈ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਮਾੜੇ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਉਹ ਕਰਨ ਤੋਂ ਸ਼ਰਮ ਆਏ ਸਾਨੂੰ। ਸ਼ਰਮ ਪਾਹ ਤਨ ਹੋਏ, ਜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹ ਸ਼ਰਮ ਦੀ ਪਾਹ ਨੂੰ ਪਾ ਦਈਏ ਤੇ ਭਗਤੀ ਦਾ ਰੰਗ ਚੜਾ ਦਈਏ ਤੇ ਤਾਂ ਜੀਵਨ ਸਫਲ ਹੈ, ਨਹੀਂ ਤੇ ਜੀਵਨ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਬਰਬਾਦ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ। ਸੋ ਗੁਰੂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਰਹਿਮਤ ਕਰਨ। ਐਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਪਿਆਰ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੁਕਮਨਾਮੇ ਦੀ ਵਿਆਖਿਆ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜੇ ਰਹੋ। ਕੁਝ ਸਮਾਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਉਪਰੰਤ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। In today's ਹੁਕਮਨਾਮਾ, ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ, the founder of Khalsa Panth, reveals the reality of this world. When we say this world is going crazy, there is a reason for that. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj explains that reason, and not only reason is explained, also Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj gives us the solution how there can be harmony and peace in this world, how everyone can be peaceful. So it's a beautiful hukamnama today, as ever, as always, full of wisdom. And Guru Maharaj has given amazing examples of how a cloth dyer dyes the cloth with fast colors. We can use the same metaphor, how we can reform our mind and dye our mind and body with the color of love for God and the creation. Amazing. So Guru Maharaj opens up the Hukamnama with this line. Today's Hukamnama is part of Asa Diwar Bani, and it is the 11th slok, 11th part of Asa Diwar Bani, total being 24. Slok Mahalla Pehla, Sach Kal Kood Vartya, Kal Kalak Betal. Wow. Such means truth, Kal means famine, like a drought. Like people are talking about drought because there hasn't been enough rain. So water is drying out. When food runs out, that is called famine. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj reveals in today's day and age, world has gone crazy because there is famine of truth. There are not many people who are truthful and honest. Everyone in this world is selfish, and that is the reason for all these disputes, wars, and what is happening in this world. People are very conniving, very hypocrite. Kood Vartya. Kood means falsehood. People are living on the hope that if they accumulate more wealth, they will be happier. But that is not true. It's falsehood. So people are absolutely illusioned and mystified by the falsehood. People are pursuing those careers, pursuits, objectives in their life which are false, mean nothing. Kal Kalak Betal. Betal means a demon, which simply translates into being crazy, senseless. So people have become crazy and senseless. They look like demons, they behave like demons because inside there is Kalak, this darkness of temptations, ego, greed. People are just absolutely selfish. When you see children talk to their parents inappropriately, when you see couples talking to each other with hate, you think these two are demons, senseless. And interestingly, no one has forced people to get married. They have love at first sight, live together, and after living together for so many years, they decide to get married because now we feel we are compatible. But under the influence of this materialistic world, the temptations, that loving relationships turn into poisonous relationship. Why? People don't have self-control. People do not connect to God, who brings the discipline and peace in our mind. So Guru Maharaj further reveals this is a beautiful example of a farming community. A farmer sows the seed of grain, but if that seed is crushed or cooked, it will not sprout. It will not give you the fruit. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj reveals that those who have the seed intact, seed of God's love and devotion, they will be honored in this world and next world. So this is the solution. Bio beej pat le gaye, ab kyun ugwe dal. In one line, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj has given us so much wisdom. Bio means seed. Beej means to sow. Those who have sown the seed of adoration and devotion for God, they get the fruit of God's blessing and honor. They are peaceful. They become selfless. They become the source of compassion and mercy. They are truthful people. You can trust them. But on the other hand, ab kyun ugwe dal? Dal means to grind. If you grind the seed, if you break the seed into pieces and sow in the soil, it will not sprout. What it means is people are divided in their mind. They pray to God, at the same time, they indulge in the material, they go against God's will. People know what is right, despite knowing they do everything wrong. People know they shouldn't tell lies. People still tell lies. That's why there are courts, there are judges, lawyers, solicitors. Why? Because one of the party is telling lie. But there are majority of people who are doing things in secret. You don't have to go very far. Parents cannot look at the mobile phone of their own children because there are so many wrong things they are doing. Now, even more serious, couples, they cannot share their mobile phones because there are so many inappropriate messages. There are relationships outside their wedding. World is going crazy. So Guru Maharaj reveals, if mind is divided, there is a duality in the mind. From outside, you are posing as very truthful person, very honest person, very noble person, but inside you are hypocritic. It is like the seed has been broken into pieces and you try to sow it in the soil, it won't sprout. Now, it translates into, if you are hypocrite, you are conniving, you are telling lies, but you are still justifying, there won't be any fruit of peace in your mind. So people who are selfish, they are never peaceful, never content. This is amazing, Satsangaji. The amount of wisdom we are getting from even one line is amazing. ਜੇ ਇੱਕ ਹੋਏ ਤਾਂ ਉਗਵੈ, ਰੁੱਤੀ ਹੂੰ ਰੁੱਤ ਹੋਏ. Now Guru Maharaj is revealing that if the seed is intact, There is right Ruth. Ruti means the season. For example, the wheat is grown in a certain season. Apples and oranges, they have different season. They need the right temperature, right moisture, right environment. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj reveals the seed will only grow if it is intact, if it is the right season, and it is sown in the soil. So it translates into our mind. If in the soil of our mind, the seed of love and devotion is sown with 100% faith, there shouldn't be any duality. So seed is absolutely intact. Seed of devotion is absolutely intact. And the season is the company of the holy, Amrit Vela. When you detach your mind from the materialistic thoughts and pursuits, that is the right season for that seed of devotion to sprout and bring peace upon yourself and realization of God. Next example is the example of a cloth dyer. Nanak pahe bahara kore rang na soe. This is again amazing. A cloth dyer brings the raw cloth which has no color, puts in the vat, a big vessel, and puts some detergent and cleans the cloth, takes out all the filth out of the cloth, all the glue which is there in the raw cloth, which is called khumb. ਪੈ ਵਿੱਚ ਖੁੰਭ ਚੜਾਈ ਹੈ ਸ਼ਰਮ ਪਾ ਹੈ ਤਨ ਹੋਏ. And after cleaning the cloth dyer dries the cloth and then uses the paha. Paha is a conditioner before cloth is dyed in color, and that color is fast color. But if you don't use the conditioner, the color is going to fade away. So Guru Maharaj is saying conditioner is required. Then when you dye the cloth in certain color, it will remain fast, it will not come off. Now it translates into our own mind. If in our mind we clean our mind with the fear of God, that we shouldn't go against God's will. So if we tell lie, we will be punished. So we should have that fear. It's like when you're driving, you do not drive on the wrong side. If you have that fear, you won't have accident. If you have fear that if you cross the red light, you're going to have accident, that fear is your safety, your protection. If there's a sharp bend, there are road signs, slow down. If you have fear and awareness that you have to slow down, it is your safety and everyone else's safety. Similarly, the fear of God, that we shouldn't go against God's will, we shouldn't tell lie, we shouldn't be greedy, we shouldn't be selfish, we shouldn't be egoistic. That fear purifies our mind. ਪੈ ਵਿੱਚ ਖੁੰਭ ਚੜਾਈ ਹੈ ਸ਼ਰਮ ਪਾਹ ਤਨ ਹੋਏ. Then we need to have the conditioner. Condition our mind, follow Guru's instructions, and have the self-discipline in our mind. Nanak bhakti je rapੈ ਕੂੜੈ soe na koe. Now this is the solution. After we have cleaned our mind, disciplined our mind, now color the mind with the color of God's devotion. Then all the filth will disappear. And this is how you become absolutely peaceful. One member in the family who is peaceful brings upon peace upon every member of family. One arrogant person, on the other hand, brings absolutely chaos in the family. If one person is short tempered, egoistic, brags about everything, makes the life hell for every family member. Let's try to be peaceful ourselves, because in peace there is harmony. In peace there is prosperity. In the next Shabad Guru, Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj reveals what is happening in this world. There is a king, and king has a minister, a wazir. Then king has leaders within his kingdom. King has the counselors within his kingdom. And the purpose is to run the kingdom smoothly so that everyone is living a good standard of life. But what is happening in this dark age is लब पाप दोए राजा महता कूड़ हुआ सिकदार. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj makes it so clear. Love means greed for material. The kings are affected by the greed for the material. They want to expand their kingdom. When they can't, they go to war. Pap means sin. They do not hesitate to commit the sin so that their kingdom can expand. And greed is the king, and the sin is the minister. Kood hoa Sikdar. Sikdar means Sardar, the leader. Everyone follows the falsehood. Now, king is trying to expand his kingdom without realizing one day he shall have to leave this world. But Kood, the falsehood, is leading him. Kaam ned sad puchhiye. Beh kare vichar. Kaam means lust and worldly desires. These are the counselors. Because of the worldly desires and the lustful feelings in the mind, people do wrong things. Beh kare vichar, andhi rayat gyan vihuni, pae pare murdar. Andhi rayat. Because of these worldly pursuits, everyone, even the leaders, are absolutely blind without the true wisdom. Pae pare murdar. Pae means fire. Murdar means dead body. Although people look alive, but they are corpse, dead bodies, burnt bodies. Gyani nache vaje vave. Now, having covered the leaders and the kings in the society, why there is so much disharmony, now Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj points to the priest in the temples, in the mosques, in the churches, in the gurdwaras. Gyani nache vaje vave, roop kare shingar. Gyani means a priest. People go to the priest for advice. People go to the church minister for confession and advice. But Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj is saying, priests are dancing to the dance of material. They are trying to accumulate more and more material from people. They are dancing and they are misleading people. Gyani nache vaje vave. They are playing the musical instruments to impress people, to tell the discourses. Roop kare shingar, and from outside they look so clean. They wear nice clothes. ऊंचे कूके वादा गावे जोधा का विचार. And a lot of them, they sing different sermons, different poems which describe the wars and the battles. Vada means Vad Vivad, the battles. They talk about the warriors fighting in the battles, trying to impress them, like Tadiwara. And in many religions, there are poems about the wars and the heroes in the wars. So, in other words, all these priests and religious leaders, they try to impress other people by telling them how warriors have fought in the battles in the past, but they don't go in the battle. मूर्ख पंडित हिकमत हुंजत संजय करे प्यार. The pundits, the priests, they are so foolish, they are so ignorant, they try to be very clever. Hikmat hunjat. Hikmat means they order people. You must do this. You must do this work. You must go to this temple. You must have bath there. Hunjat. This is just like trying to be very clever, show that they are very wise. Sanjay kare pyar. And at the end of the day, what they are after is Sanjay, the wealth. Dharmi dharam kare gawave, mange mokh dwar. People who are devotees of God, why do they meditate? Why do they worship? Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj reveals that they are looking for mokh dwar, the liberation. But the idea of their liberation is that they should have more wealth, they should enjoy the wealth, there shouldn't be any restriction. People talk about heaven. And what do they dream of? Nice houses, nice beaches, nice food, nice drinks. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj is saying, worldly players, they do not take you to heaven. The heaven is when you enjoy the divine nectar, the divine presence of God. There's a difference. So people are asking for liberation. God, give me place in the heaven. Liberate me. Give me the salvation. But Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj is saying they are so waste away their time. Jati sadava. So what should we ask for? We should ask for the liberation from materialistic desires and the desire to serve God. That is heaven. Once we realize God, realization of God brings multiple, countless pleasures, as if one is enjoying millions of dynasties and kingdoms. Evidence is in the Bani, lakh khushiyan paatshaiyan, je Satgur nazar kare. Now Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj talks about the Jati. Jati are like yogis who have left their homes in order to meditate. Jati sadave jugat na jane chhad pahe ghar bar, apna ghar bar chhad deta. They leave their families behind in search of peace and spirituality. But they don't understand how to unite with God. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj met such yogis and jatis who had abandoned their homes and they were living in the forest. Some of them were living on the mountains. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj made a special journey on top of Sumer Parbat, where he enlightened all these jatis and yogis that you are sitting here, leaving behind your families. Don't you see God in your families? Your family members are suffering. The humanity is suffering. Why don't you go and help people, help your family, spiritually and financially, and in a worldly way? Just by abandoning your family and leaving your homes, you're not going to attain union with God. So Guru Maharaj is pointing to the Jatis. Jati Sadave, they call themselves Jati. Jugat na jana, they have no idea how to unite with God. Chad bahe kar par, sabko pura ape hua. Everyone thinks he or she is perfect. मैं बिल्कुल पूरा. सबको पूरा आपे होवे, घट ना कोई आखे. No one says I lack in something. I haven't come across anyone who says I'm absolutely dumb and stupid. But Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj has made that statement. मैं ना हो जति सती नहीं पढ़िया, मूर्ख मुगदा जन्म पिया, प्रणवत नानक तिनकी शरणा जिंतु ना ही विसरिया. Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj says, I'm born as dumb and ignorant. I have no way how to meditate. I don't know of any way. But I'm seeking the company of those who adore God. What a statement. But no one in this world makes such statement. No one thinks like that. And that is the reason there is so much competition, there is so much strife and conflict in the society. Everyone thinks, I'm super Khalsa, I'm super spiritual. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj warns, Pat parwana piche paiya, ta nanak tolya japa. In God's court, you will be judged. No matter what you call yourself, you may call yourself super spiritual, but until you have the honor from God, acceptance from God, you will not be recognized spiritual. You will be rejected. In the Pauri Shabad, Guru Maharaj reveals, Tur karam jina ko tud paya, ta tinni khasam tyaya. Only those who are blessed by God can serve God and adore God. Inna janta keh vas kich nahi, tud veki jagat upaya. God, you have created this diverse creation. Everyone is different. No one has control and power over their spirituality and what they do. Ik na no tum mel leh, ik apo tud khwaya. Those who are sincere and humble, you forgive them and unite them with yourself. But some who are arrogant, who try to be clever, they are ruined. They are not able to meet with you. Gur kirpa te jaaniya, jithe tud aap bujhaya. Only through Guru's wisdom you can be realized, God. Guru's Bani, Guru's words are your words which direct us, which is like a sat-nav navigation, satellite navigation for us to know you and become one with you. Jithe tud aap bujhaya, sehje hi sach samaya. So only through Guru's kirpa, through Guru's wisdom, you can be realized, and one remains immersed in your devotion and remains prosperous and blissful. So Satsanga ji, Hukamnama has been quite lengthy today. I don't think we have time to cover the Hukamnama in Punjabi, but I'll still say a few words in Punjabi. So this was Slok and Podi of Asa Diwar Bani, which Guru Maharaj has blessed us with. So ਗੁਰੂ ਪਿਆਰੀ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਪਵਿੱਤਰ ਹੁਕਮਨਾਮੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੁਰੂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਸਮਝਾਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਸੱਚ ਦਾ ਕਾਲ ਪੈ ਗਿਆ, ਸਾਰੇ ਪਾਸੇ ਕੂੜ ਵਰਤਦਾ, ਤੇ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਤੱਕੋ, ਭਾਵੇਂ ਕੋਈ ਰਾਜਾ ਹੋਏ, ਭਾਵੇਂ ਕੋਈ ਨੇਤਾ ਹੋਏ, ਕੋਈ ਧਾਰਮਿਕ ਆਗੂ ਹੋਏ, ਪੁਜਾਰੀ ਹੋਏ, ਗਿਆਨੀ ਹੋਏ, ਐਦਾਂ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਸਾਰੇ ਬਿਤਾਲੇ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ। ਭੂਤ ਪ੍ਰੇਤਾਂ ਵਾਂਗ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿਵਹਾਰ ਨੇ। ਸੱਚ ਕਾਲ ਕੂੜ ਵਰਤਿਆ ਕਲ ਕਾਲਕ ਬੇਤਾਲ। ਤੇ ਇਹਦਾ ਸਲੂਸ਼ਨ ਕੀ ਹੈ? ਤੇ ਇਹ ਮੁਸੀਬਤ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਆਈ? ਇਹਦਾ ਕਾਰਨ ਕੀ ਹੈ? ਗੁਰੂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਫਰਮਾਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ, ਰੱਬ ਤੋਂ ਟੁੱਟੇ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ। ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਰੱਬ ਨੇ ਬਖਸ਼ ਦਿੱਤਾ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਨਿਮਰਤਾ ਕਰਕੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਭਗਤੀ ਕਰਕੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਗਰੀਬੀ ਕਰਕੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਰੱਬ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਨਾਲ ਮਿਲਾ ਲਿਆ। ਪਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹੰਕਾਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਿਚਰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਉਹ ਰੱਬ ਤੋਂ ਟੁੱਟੇ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ, ਉਹ ਬਿਤਾਲੇ ਨੇ। ਇੱਕ ਨਾ ਨੂੰ ਤੂੰ ਮੇਲ ਲੈ, ਇੱਕ ਆਪੋ ਤੁਧ ਖਵਾਇਆ, ਗੁਰ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਤੇ ਜਾਣਿਆ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਤੁਧ ਆਪ ਬੁਝਾਇਆ, ਸਹਿਜੇ ਹੀ ਸੱਚ ਸਮਾਇਆ। ਭੁੱਲਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਛਤਾਰਦੇ ਹੋਏ ਫਤਿਹ ਦੀ ਸਾਂਝ ਪਾਣੀ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਇੱਕ ਨਾ ਨੂੰ ਤੂੰ ਮੇਲ ਲਹਿ, ਇੱਕ ਆਪੋ ਤੁਧ ਖਵਾਇਆ, ਗੁਰ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਤੇ ਜਾਣਿਆ, ਜਿੱਥੈ ਤੁਧ ਆਪ ਬੁਝਾਇਆ, ਸਹਿਜੇ ਹੀ ਸੱਚ ਸਮਾਇਆ, ਸਹਿਜੇ ਹੀ ਸੱਚ ਸਮਾਇਆ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ,